Good morning, everybody. This morning we're at a friend of mine's and we're gonna dig a power trench from there all the way down there and around to his power pole. So we're gonna get that going and get him power to his new shop. I had to do some work on my center pin. I was talking about that the other day. I had a little punch. My full-size punch won't get the pin all the way out, and I've got a little like quarter inch punch to finish getting it out. Well, I must have lost my punch, so we spent some time this morning trying to get my pin out, and then we put a bolt in it, so it should be good. I need to replace my two outside teeth, but I didn't want to mess with it this morning. Unfortunately, this is a job I very well might need new teeth on, because once I get away from this has all been uh-oh. Did they not put concrete around the posts? I should dig any more there. Yeah, I need to talk to him about that, because that's actually hop out and take a measurement, because they're being kind of sticklers on it being exactly a certain depth. I think I'm good, but I want to be sure that I'm good. All right, I'm going to take a measure. Pretty good. Yeah, I guess they didn't pour concrete around the posts. They just poured them in gravel and put a big kind of a synthetic pad underneath them. There's a layer like sandstone I don't want to pinch his bar. That should have it deep enough. Looks like it fits right in there good. this is digging fairly decent. That's not what I wanted. But like I say, once I get away from where they disturbed it, there is a hard pan of sandstone down there that is just a lot of fun to get through. I'm hoping I don't have to get the old ripper out. Ooh, turn that heater down. Turned the heater on this morning for some defrost. It's getting a little toasty in here. These are my friend this is his place, and then my other friend that I've known since I started drag racing in the 90s. He's here helping, and I've met some really good people over the years racing. The friend that I'm working for, I did a job for him, I can't remember how many years ago, and I moved over 3,000, or right at 3,000 yards of dirt. Made a pad somewhere. I've got it as my, I guess it's on Facebook, I guess it's my business page. It 65-foot cut on the top. I worked on it with not this 40, but my other 40, and I worked on it for about a month with it and the dozer. I was running 3 trucks getting rid of the dirt. It's quite a project. That would have been a project that the 80 would have been mighty handy on. But I bid it competitively. He didn't just give me the job, he had multiple other bids on it, and I was in line with him. I think some of the other guys were right in the same realm, but I wasn't a lot more expensive using the small equipment. Just took me longer. Actually a little deeper than I need to go, which might bite me in the rear here shortly. But once I get out by the fence, I've got it shallowed up because I'm going to be running right along the sewer line, and they say it's about 3 feet deep, so I don't want to break the poop pipe. All right, we'll keep at it. surprised. I don't know where this rock came from. Man, I'm just finding big pockets of rebar, wire, just trash in it. I don't know if it's stuff that they buried in it when they were doing the job, or if it actually came from the quarry. Because the quarry it supposedly came from, I've used their rock before, and actually pretty good rock. There's another piece of wire right there. Now I'm raising all that rebar and stuff up to the surface where it could end up in a tire. Kind of like digging through sand. The trench is getting so wide because this stuff's so loose. Interesting. Very interesting. Here very shortly, I am going to be out of this rock. That rock is almost 3 feet deep. Almost like trying to bail water. Almost. Not quite as bad. It's hard to dig a trench in water. I've never been successful at it. Got filled in on why it's got all the rebar and wire and all the crap in it, and why it's so loose. It is crushed up concrete. I was wondering that, but I didn't know anybody around here. I know places that crush it up, but I thought I didn't realize they sold it for stuff like this, so that is good to know. But the place it came from, they just got bought out by a different company, so that might not have been available previously, or they didn't. I don't know if they got bought out by a different company. It's different owners. They've been family owned for years. I still think it's a local people that bought it, because somebody that I was working for the other day knows the new owners, and they're local and still family owned, so that's good. I like to see that. Trench narrowed up though. Almost like a granite-y material on top, which that's kind of what the sandstone looks like. Nasty. Come on, get out of there. See if that'll pull it out of there. Did it? Yep. Success. Along the fence here. Actually, I just need to start making my turn quicker. I want the conduit to make the bend. We don't want to put a fitting in it. But I was thinking I needed to run along the along the fence tight, but for a ways we're there's something firm. For a ways we're going to kind of run in the tire track down down the road. There's something there. Hopefully it's not anything important. Come on. Now it's going to slow things down almost as much as anything, is just trying to get the dirt to come out of my bucket now. Yeah, I drove an hour to get here this morning to the south of me, and actually more to the east, south on the freeway, but it's actually, if you look at a map, it's actually a little more east than it is south. But and in the morning, I go about an hour to the north of me. Huh, this is weird. Weird stuff. But it's actually starting to dig easier, so I'm not going to complain about that. All right. We will keep at it. Worked around our corner. The conduit will easily bend that. Just 2-inch conduit, even 4-inch conduit would make that turn. Pin defender's working good. Been dragging it pretty hard, and I still have everything. Been selling a lot of those. Actually sold one locally the other day, and he actually picked it up in person. Quite all the way yet. I have found my hard pan. This spot's digging easier than the about 3 feet prior. found something that's really hard. I think it might be an old footing. So I might have to go under it. Now I'm running literally right beside the sewer line. At least I know if it's digging really hard, I'm probably not on top of the sewer line. Even though it was put in a long time ago, it still should be easier digging than this hard pan. Alright, let's see if we can get under this. Yeah, it was wiggling. I'm gonna try and dig back. I'm trying to get under it. Okay, let's see if we can do anything this way. It seems to be a little... aha. I think it's a fence post. There we go. Yep. I can't put it there because I need to go there to get back out of here. I win. Maybe. Track right on the edge. digging way easier now. Pretty sure I'm digging right on top of the sewer line. It's supposed to be 3 feet deep. I'm trying to kind of keep my teeth fairly somewhat flat. Just maybe a mile from a food manufacturing plant, Amy's Kitchen. Soup, they make soups and stuff. And I don't know what they're cooking today, but it smells good. Makes me hungry. The sewer was put in here in the 70s, I guess, so tracer tape or warning tape probably wasn't a thing back then. Well, I know it wasn't. I do not want to break that. I probably should check how deep that is. My main goal here is to not break the ground wire. I should be still probably pretty close to the sewer as far as being in line with it, but it's supposed to be over 5 feet deep out at the road. We're not that far from the road, so. Closer because of the meter head.
That might be good.
I'd like to get a little closer, but I'm not sure if I can. Well, I don't know that I can really do much more. The ground wire's there.
I can move the ground wire.
Well, we got our trench done. We got up to the power box. We got it dug all the way through. We just found some electric conduit there. There's nothing in it, so I figure it doesn't matter. So we just left it there. But he'll get the conduit in and we'll come back and backfill it a little later. So thanks everybody for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and go check my website out, reberpuredirt.com, and we'll catch you on the next one.